Afternoon, tubers. It's Wednesday, January 20th. That's the time. That's the temp in the garage. We are still airbrushing the model up there. I'll bring you up there for an update. And then plus everybody's been ranting and raving about this new flashlight from Harbor Freight. Has a magnetic base. As you can. So, oh man, yeah. So, but we're getting back on the car. Let's see, how can I put this? Roger, Fireman 164 and I have been talking for the past couple of months on interior, on what to do. And Dynamat or all the other brands of the stick-on insulation, and then I thought there's more than one, but there's only one out there, sprayable application, and that's Lizard Skin. And you have the insulation first, I think it is, and then the sound deadener. It's a two-part application, and it's sprayable, and it's expensive. To do this car is going to be around $600. Well, Roger and I were talking about what we wanted to do, or what I wanted to do, and then what he was thinking of doing on his car. And since the whole back end of this car has been taken apart and put back together, and I hope I seam sealed everything right, but you know, who knows? So anyway, to make a long story short, it was decided that I'm doing Lizard Skin, and I think Roger's doing the same. And so now we get to take the whole interior apart, pretty much apart. There's a few things that we will hang on to and probably tie up, but for the most part, everything's got to come out. We're going to Lizard Skin from the bottom of the pad on the firewall all the way back to the trunk to the taillight panel. So let me get this. Yeah, all the way back to here. Yeah. Got to tape off some screws so we can remove parts, the panels and everything, but yeah. So now the fun part is all this gets to come out. So including the seats, the panels I made, everything out. Shifter panel out. So that's what we're doing. I already started. I didn't put the door panels back in. They're up there behind that green sheet. To the right of it is right there is the speakers and the grills and the baskets and such. So, but that's what we're doing. So when I get more, I'll bring you guys back later. All right. So before we start taking this all apart, we need to figure out how are we going to mount the subwoofer? So that's what the first project is figuring out how to do that. Then those are definitely part of the car. Those 3H flange, yeah, they're part of the car. So I think those are going to get lizard skinned over, except for where the rod screws in. So I'm not worried about that. So and I don't want to drill any holes in the trunk, but I can weld to it. I don't have a problem welding to it. So, well, I'm going to have to think this one out. Yeah. So I guess I'll go ahead and you can, my son said I could just go ahead and drill and hit into here. He said with some self-tappers or whatever. He says no biggie. He says that they make these things out of really thick. And I said, okay. And he says, remember, he says, you're not going to hold the Empire State Building down. You're just trying to keep this from moving around. And I said, okay. So, but I want to think on it for a minute and see. I can make a bracket and mold it to the step here and bring it across, and we can just, with a little L, and just tap it and go. And we can do it on both sides and not even worry about anything, because it ain't going to go nowhere then. And there'd be identical brackets. I think maybe you would want to put something here to stabilize it. Yeah. All right, let me think on it, and I'll go ahead and load this up. And if I get anything interesting, I'll bring you guys back later. Hey guys, it's Thursday, January 21st. That's the temp. Yeah, that's been going for a while. I've been in here thinking about stuff and how to do this. I'm thinking that I can weld this to the floor pan right here on the shelf and put it right there, and then I can screw into the cabinet and it'll hold it in place. That's one of them. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't want to weld anything to the floor per se. I'm going to put there is a carpet kit I plan on putting in here. So, I mean, just a slit there in the carpet will be able to slide the side in and everything, so it's not too much, but I'm not welding them to the trunk pan floor itself and having things stick up. So we're kicking that around. And I'm going to go ahead and load this video and see what anybody else has to say. But more and more I'm thinking about this, more and more I'm liking this idea. I'll punch a whole bunch of holes in here and we'll just spot weld it more or less, or plug weld it to the shelf in the trunk pan. God, Tom, stop thinking. Talk or think. Don't sit there and try to do both. You can't. Okay. Alrighty. So that's what I'm doing. So I want to thank everybody for watching, subscribing, and of course leaving comments. And this one, yeah. What else, you guys? You guys got any ideas on that? And yeah, I'm still working on the model. Yeah, I should drag the camera up there one of these days. Okay. So everybody have a good one, and we'll pick you up in the next one. Later.